Hi everyone, it's Stacy from Page Turners Blog again, doing the now named Fragment Friday blog meme from Book Chic. And this week I promised to do 2 teasers since I didn't do one last week, I know. So I did get a vote for doing one from Poison's Diaries on Twitter, but unfortunately I'm not far enough along in the book to give you a good teaser, so I thought I would do 2 from a couple other books that I just finished. So this week I will be doing one from Blood Feud by Alyxandra Harvey and one from Nightshade by Andrea Cremer. Nightshade is out in October and Blood Feud is out now. So hope you guys go out and rush out and buy that. So here we go. And to kind of set up where we are in Blood Feud, this is the second book in the Drake Chronicles, and each one of them deals with one of the Drakes falling in love with someone else. So this one we have Logan and Isabeau. She's French, so not completely sure how to say the name, but there we go. And each chapter is from one of the two's point of view. So it's either from Logan's point of view or from Isabeau's point of view. And this is an Isabeau chapter. So, and it takes place when she first meets the Drakes again, because you meet her a little bit at the end of Hearts at Stake. So here we go. Whoa, a girl interrupted my inspection. I assumed she was Lucy, as she was the only one with a heartbeat. I vaguely remembered her from the night Solange turned, staying close to her and trying to kick anyone who came too close. She hadn't been entirely successful, but she never gave up. Did you give the dogs hypnosis or something? She asked. She had brown hair cut to her chin and brown eyes behind dark glasses. She wore an excessive amount of silver and turquoise jewelry. There was a purse slung from her left shoulder to her right hip. It wasn't for a cell phone or lip gloss. Rather, it was stuffed full of stakes. 2 vampires followed her out of the living room. Solange, whom I'd last seen lying pale and dead in Mortimer's arms, and another one of her many brothers. They both stopped watching me wearily. It took Lucy a little bit longer. She glanced at them and then at me. What? What am I missing? She sounded disgruntled. She tilted her head. Hey, we know you, Isabel, right? Isabeau, I corrected stiffly. I hated how polite and stilled I sounded. It was how I was raised, but I knew enough to know it wasn't the way modern people my age, vampire or not. Nice, she approved. You didn't look like an Isabel anyway. I'm Lucy, and that one's Nicholas. There are so many of them, sometimes it's hard to keep track. She darted forward, arms out. I stumbled back, waiting for a stake, knees bending into a fighting crouch. Oh, sorry, she said. I was going to give you a hug for saving my best friend's life. I guess you're not the hugging type. Logan sounded like he was choking back a laugh. Solange and Nicholas still hadn't said a word. Lucy turned to stare at them. What is wrong with you two? She saved Solange's life. The irony that the human was more comfortable around me than the other vampires was not lost on me. So there we go. That was part of Blood Feud by Andrea Harvey. So there we go. And the next one is from Nightshade by Andrea Cremer. And there's a lot of complex character relationships between everybody in the book. And this scene is between Calla, the main character, and her mom and her mother in her bedroom talking about clothes and why she needs to start dressing more appropriately for her status. I could hear the chime of my mother's chandelier earrings when she shook her head. My lovely flower, you can't hide your assets anymore. You're a woman now. With a disgusted grunt, I rolled across the bed out of her reach. I'm no flower. I pushed the curtain of hair back behind my shoulders. Free of the braid, it felt cumbersome and heavy. But you are Calla, she smiled. My beautiful lily. It's just a name, Mom. I began to gather up my clothes. Not who I am. It is who you are. I started at the warning note in her voice. Stop doing that. It's not necessary. My hands froze on the t-shirt I grabbed. She waited until I placed the half-folded shirt back on the coverlet. I started to say something, but my mother held up a silent hand. The new pack forms next month. You'll be the alpha female. I know that. I fought off the urge to throw dirty socks at her. I've known that since I was 5. And now it's time for you to start acting like it, she said. Lemaine is worried. Yeah, I know. Finesse. She wants finesse. I wanted to gag. And Emile is concerned with about what Rainier wants, she said. What Ren wants? I said, wincing at the shrillness of my voice. My mother lifted one of my bras from the bed. It was plain white cotton, the only kind I owned. Well, we need to think about preparations. Do you wear any decent lingerie? The burning in my cheeks began again. I wondered if excessive blushing could cause permanent discoloration. I don't want to talk about this. She ignored me, muttering under her breath, and as she sorted my things into piles, which, since she ordered me to stop folding, I could only presume were acceptable and to be discarded. He is an alpha male, and the most popular boy at your school, at least by all accounts I'm privy to. Her tone became wistful. I'm sure he's accustomed to certain attentions from girls. When your time arrives, you must be ready to please him. I swallowed sour bile before I could speak again. Mom, I'm an alpha too, remember? I said. Ren needs me to be a pack leader, wants me to be a warrior, not the captain of the cheerleading squad. Rainier needs you to act like a mate. Just because you're a warrior doesn't mean you can't be enticing. The sharpness in her tone cut me. Cal's right, Mom. My brother's voice piped in. Ren doesn't want a cheerleader. He's already dated them all. At least dated them all for the last 4 years. He's probably bored as hell. At least Big Sis will keep him on his toes. So there you go. Nightshade by Andrea Cremer. Hope you guys enjoy. And I'll have a review posted of Blood Feud here in the next couple days. And Nightshade I'll have my review a little bit closer to when it comes out. So probably September-ish or so. But hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.